Hi Josh, we're back on the Homestead server for some more lightly modded Minecraft. Today, we're going to spend a little bit of time behind me working on some tree stuff, and then we're going to spend a whole lot more time behind you working on some other stuff. I don't want to spoil it yet, so why don't we just jump into the episode and you can see where today takes us. I decided that it's time to expand our tree project. We're just going to do the fruit trees, but I want to do all 9 of them. So I decided to spread these out around the side of the nether tree building. You can see how it worked out on the map. I didn't want to interfere too much with the natural terrain, so I started over here by the acacia tree machine and just kind of wrapped it around past the skeleton spawner and straight back there where this was mostly flat thanks to having some caves and needing to be covered over. And then I brought them up the hill. I just stepped them up along the way. I tried to leave it natural and easy to traverse, and we ended up with 1 behind the nether tree building. But otherwise, everything was pretty much out of the way and didn't require too much terraforming. You may notice that I've got all the tree farms shut down right now, and that's not because we're out of power or anything. That's because we have more wood than we need. I need to give it some time before I end up with just dozens of crates of wood that aren't being sold. And also, I may need to reevaluate the prices. If I've got a massive surplus of wood, there's no reason to overcharge people for it. So we'll see what we do with that. Now I need to work on all this stuff. I've got all of these bearings in place, and now I'm going to put all of the linear chassis on, which is why I have the slime ball in my hand. And then we're going to attach the saw blade and the deployer. I wanted to go with this smaller pattern, just like we have with the nether tree farm, so I'll have to see if the deployer works with this footprint. If not, it's going to be a very expensive mistake, because if you remember, this polished lava stone can't be picked up once it's placed down. It just goes away forever. It's slightly less compact than the nether tree machine, but it seems to be working pretty well. So I had to add an extra linear chassis over there on the side and put the deployer under it. It's a strange attachment point, but it works, and that's the only way that I could get it to do these 2 blocks. Oh, nothing, just cooking up some more brass. What are you up to? Smash. I can't believe I for some reason thought I only needed 5 of each of these things. And so I only made myself 5 of each. And I was very wrong. And I have to remember with each one of these machines to turn all 4 of these down to 1. Because all it's going to take is screwing up 1 all the way over there. And every one of these would break. Because they're just running in series. Now, I'm well aware that I don't have enough saplings for all of these, but I'm really hoping that these things collect saplings from these trees. And I guess we're about to find out. I suspect that we're not going to get fruit out of any of these, because I think the leaves need to mature. I think the fruit needs to grow. So I don't think these things actually spawn with any fruit on them, which is not ideal. I was really hoping to get fruit. So we may have to revise this farm idea. This one will be great for getting fruit logs, but that's about it. All right, we are all set up. We've got all 9 of these little farms going, and I think it looks great. I love just seeing these little. It almost looks like little golems turning around, pointing and sawing. I love this. In fact, if we wanted to do this in the future, we absolutely could modify these in other locations to just do the smaller version. Oh, I don't know if you noticed while I was walking around, but each of these machines now has 2 chests on them. I figured out that I could slap a second one up there and it would stick just fine, it would collect items just fine, and if I really wanted to here, I could put 3 chests on each of these machines. I don't think I'm going to need that, but it's a possibility. So that's our tree project for the day. We may work up, at a future point when we've expanded the town a bit, we may work up an alternate farm where we have these things growing in kind of a row, in a little orchard, and we wait until they mature, and then we can walk by and manually push a button to send off a machine that will saw each of the trees and collect all the fruit as well, because I would really like to collect and sell the fruit. But for now, this will work. We're going to collect plenty of fruit logs, and they just make oak planks, so they're not great utility-wise, but I think that they will make a really attractive accent block if anybody wants to do any kind of creative building with a thinner piece of wood. So we'll collect a bit of it, and we'll get the shop set up with some stock. I'm an idiot. I don't mind admitting that, but I had no idea that you could craft these fruit tree saplings. I'm incredibly frustrated right now that I didn't realize that before, but I had already grabbed one of each sapling to set aside and reserve, just in case our machines ran out. So I'm going to try to plant these in sort of a stylized way so that, you know, the place looks pretty. Yeah, that looks cute. Now, I'm hoping that planting these anywhere near the dark oak plot isn't going to cause them to be chopped down if a short dark oak grows, but I don't think I've seen a dark oak's leaves extend quite that far, so I think we're safe. That works, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't want to grow them here because the acacia can kind of swerve off to the side. I think these trees dotted around here look pretty cute. What do you think? I think it makes it look a little bit more manicured, but also we're kind of showing off, like, hey, this area is all about trees. Maybe I'll plant more of these around the place, just, you know, near the path. I think that would look pretty cool. Remember I said I had cleared that flat area right over there, this area, to build something? Well, I feel like we need an easy way to get over there, so I'm going to build a bridge. So, as normal, I hopped into a creative world and started planning things out, made sure it looked good, and, you know, didn't want to totally freeform it. I need weathered limestone, which you can get through this process, so I built a fan. But I had also asked if anybody had any weathered limestone, and Zinvella sent me a stack, and I am so grateful for that because I have no idea how much I'm going to need. That's kind of a wide river mouth over there. But I do want to come into here because we have this shaft coming down from the windmill, and we have access to it via this vertical gearbox. And it's kind of tight quarters, but I don't plan on using this thing very often. I don't know how much room I'm going to need, but I'm going to assume at least one air block in between each step of this process. Now, I just have to throw these here, I think, and they should weather. I don't know how long this will take. Okay, I'm becoming concerned that this is going to despawn if I let it sit for too long, so I'm going to take it back, and I'm going to throw one right there. Oh, that actually weathered really quick. So I'm going to toss several of them, and if this happens fast, then I know I don't need to leave an air block. I need to put them right behind the water. Alright, yeah, that's happening a lot faster. I'm going to toss the rest of the stack and see what happens. They are slowly getting farther and farther away, and I really don't like that. I'm gonna take those back, and I made an advancement. Okay, that's not the... There it is. Wacky washing. Okay, all I had to do was get caught in the airstream. Interesting. Alright, there. Now they can't get blown away any farther. Hey! Alright. That's sweet. Alright, now we have 2 stacks of weathered limestone, and I'm really hoping that's going to be enough. This is the rough design and color palette that we're using for this bridge, and I still love these frame trapdoors even when they're not being used as the bridge itself. I think they look like really, really cool little handrails, but they are a bit of a pain in the ass to place. So these are easy enough, but you can't close them when you're holding themselves because apparently they take the form of whatever you right-click them with, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste, but I have to place one there like that and then chop away the other one. It's a real pain in the ass. So that is roughly what the bridge is going to look like. I've got one little change that will be in the middle, but the other side's going to look basically identical to this, just over there. Alright, the bridge is done, and I think it looks super cute. I like the little arch. I like the walls. I think I finally found a good use for these walls. And I know that I've been using these fancy bricks a lot, especially for the base of this building, but I love the way they look. I just can't get past the design. Don't mind my scaffolding. I love this bridge. I'm a huge fan of these frame trapdoors, and we finished with one trapdoor to spare. You may notice that I straightened out the path here. Instead of curving it along nicely, I just decided to make a corner. It's not fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of the corners that I'm capable of making with these squares, but, you know, it's fine. This place will get more and more finished and attractive as we build more buildings, so I'm not terribly concerned about the paths right now, but I am a big fan of how this bridge turned out. And this is going to make getting over here so much easier. I sort of wish I had done this before the massive landscaping project that I did over here, because every time I wanted to get back here to finish making these hills, I came up here and I jumped in the waterfall. I'm going to get to work on the next thing, the reason that I built this bridge, and I'll come at you with an update in a minute. I don't remember if I mentioned, but all of those frame trapdoors came from somewhere. I went and found a jungle finally. Somebody had a line on where one might be, and I traveled, I don't know, a couple tens of thousands of blocks to find it, and I got so much bamboo because I was just able to walk in and do this. It's so fast. So I gathered, I don't know, 6 or 8 stacks of bamboo while I was there, and I've already used so much just to make those frame trapdoors. But that's okay, because this stuff grows incredibly fast. So I'm gonna probably build a machine to auto-harvest it at some point, and until then, I'll just grab whatever I need manually. Got that efficiency going on this axe, and man, is it so much better. So I am prepping this project here, and I just got the footprint laid out, and I'm gonna let you take one guess what this might be. I was messing around with one of the other server members earlier today, and I let it be known that I think Scrapple is the most foul food product ever created. So he made some sweet potato quinoa cakes and named them Scrapple and sent them to me in the mail, because he's a monster. I don't even want to touch him to pull him out of my mailbox, much less eat him. So this is coming along nicely. Have you figured out what it is yet? Yeah, it seems kind of obvious now, doesn't it? I'm going to finish it up, and I'll show you once I get some of the roof built. Okay, so I figured out how he managed to put the Scrapple into my mailbox without it showing up as 4 stacked items. He came to my base, and he infiltrated my storage system. I'm very unhappy right now. He did warn me when I made mention of my mailbox. He did warn me that that was the tip of the Scrappleberg. I'm seriously concerned that he got into my storage chests. I'm probably going to have to go through every single crate I own. I'm really not happy with him right now. Told you bamboo grows fast. Holy shit. I got the roof done, and it's probably going to be quite a while before we have this place finished, because I have decided to make the windows out of possibly one of the most difficult resources to get my hands on. T-sticks. I'm going to make T-fences because they look amazing in this design. With the scoria, they're a fantastic accent. But it's practically impossible to get T-sticks. So I've got a few T-trees. There's one right here, and you can see that I have shaved it. And there's one over there-ish. Yeah, actually you can see it standing up like a cross on the hill. I managed to get a couple of saplings, which are apparently super rare drops, and I planted one right there. It's hard to see, but it's there. It's like right where my crosshair is. And I planted another one up on the hill over here by the bamboo. They don't grow their leaves super quick, and then you have to use shears to trim off the leaves, and you only have a small chance of getting a sapling, and apparently an even smaller chance of getting sticks. I haven't gotten any more sticks. I only have these 62 sticks. So I have asked the tea-growing people in the server if they have sticks. So far I haven't gotten any offers to sell me any. On top of what I've got, I'm going to need about 3 stacks. And then we can build windows for all 8 of these alcoves. There's 8 alcoves, they're all 3x3, which means I'm going to need 9 fences per alcove. You can do the math, and I'm going to need close to 4 stacks of T-sticks. I want this to feel like a hayloft, because it is. So we're just going to kind of sprinkle these about like this, and I'm not going to do anything super special here, but I do want to make sure that all of the dark corners are covered with bales. And I also want it to feel like there's a variety, because there is. I mean, we've got hay, barley, rice, oat, the other rice, and rye. So I'm just going to make sure that these are kind of all over the place. I think this place feels sufficiently crowded. What about you? I tried to make it look crowded without actually being too crowded, though. I wanted there to be walking room, so I tried to leave a little bit of room to move around in here. Not that I really intend to come up here. This place is purely aesthetic as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, if we ever do, for any reason, want to come up here, I want it to be accessible, I guess, to an extent. And I want it to seem like whoever's taking care of the animals can just come up here and roll a bale down, you know, to feed the animals. Maybe I won't bother building any kind of access to get up there. There would need to be access, realistically, but if it's just for aesthetics and we're really never going to see it anyway, why should we bother, you know? Why should we bother to make it look crappier by putting ladders up the side of the building? So for now, once I have all the T-sticks to build the fences, I will just use this method to get up there. And anytime we're over here, we'll have a great view of this place. I might even pile more hay in here to make it more obvious from the outside what this place is. I really didn't add too much more, and it's still not super obvious from the outside, but you do get a glimpse here and there. I got tired of the manual grind, so I decided to see if I could automate tea tree collection. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, I managed to grow one of these, so let's see what this collects. Well, shit. That didn't work. I added an extra chassis to see if we could extend the saw blade, if that'll do it. And these can't be chopped automatically. Okay, well, I guess I should have checked that before I built this entire machine, because we've just lost all of this lava stone. Lesson learned. Oh well. You know what? Maybe I'll just leave this here. Maybe I'll leave it and we can put something else here at some point. Oh man. Go figure, the one tree that we're gonna cut down is the biggest one I've grown so far. Well, at least we got a good amount of sticks out of it. We got a really solid amount of sticks out of that. We got, like, 45 sticks out of that tree. Well, we didn't automate tea tree farming, but we got all of the sticks that we need to make all of those tea fences. So, I'm not going to call that project a success, but I will call that project a success. All of the windows are done, and that, as the Brits say, is this project all done and dusted. And I really like the texture of these, and I think that because they're not directly next to the scoria, I think that they really complement that texture well. And they're different enough that they stand out from the surrounding wood. I think that this building looks pretty cool. It's not my favorite. I think the watermill and the nether tree farm... Oh, shit, I didn't see that before. I had to grow a shit ton of crimson tree to get this ceiling done. It looks like I installed a chimney. I've got to go fix that. But anyway, I do like this building. I think that it looks like a very prototypical barn, and I can't wait to get some animals in here. Now, obviously, there's only 3 stalls, and I'm only going to put 3 kinds of animals in here. And that's because I plan on building a chicken coop to go along with it. So we will bring in the 3 standard animals. We'll have some cows, some sheep, and some pigs. I just need to go out and find them, and I'm pretty sure they're all over there. So once I collect them and get them in, I'll give you another update. I just managed to sleep the night with these pigs leashed. Come on, guys. Going to your new home. You're gonna be my little bacon buddies. Okay, guys. Stay away from the saw blades, alright? Oh, God. I feel like these pigs are competing in American Gladiator right now, with lethal consequences. Wait, should I have said, like, Wipeout? Did I just date myself? Shit. It's cool. I'm old. I know it. It's safe, guys. This one's turned off. Hey, you need to come up here. Alright, so we have pigs and we have sheep. I only got 2 sheep because it's all we need. They're already a little derpy and cross-eyed, so... Well, what's the opposite of cross-eyed? Splay-eyed? I don't know. Anyway, they're already stupid-looking, so it doesn't matter if the whole clan is going to be inbred someday. I will find cows after I get some sleep. It's very late, and I've been playing this for quite a while. And we've got so many eggs saved up that I don't even need to go find chickens. We can just throw eggs until we get some. Whoa. Town has changed. This place is growing. I mean, that looks super cool. What the hell is that? I feel like a real small-town neighbor now coming into the big city. Wondering if I should have made my shop bigger. That looks super cool, too. What are all these things? We've got street signs now. You stay attached to the street sign, Steve. Be good. I'll be back. Giant skyscraper. I'm thoroughly intimidated. I have to grab some more dark oak. I just gave Simvella a really good deal on dark oak. Ah. Rhino was here too. Rhino, why? Ooh, we sold acacia blossoms. Neat. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, snap. I would say we have plenty of extra stock. All of these are the crates that aren't full, but all of these are. Every single slot in these is taken. Excuse me, sir. You're not a paying customer. He didn't even pay with his eye. What a jerk. Oh, nothing. Just dragging some animals through our man-made lake. How about you? So, Ninny just updated our mod pack last night, and he added something called supplementaries. And look what I found. It's a weather vane that actually reacts to the weather. I think this is super cute. I love it. So I replaced the slab on each end of this with a stair and put a weather vane on top of it. They are so cute. I love this. I love that it moves. We've got extra pigs because I found that extra one out there, and we've got our cows now, and we've got our sheep. So all I need to do is find a place to build a chicken coop, and I'm thinking maybe over here. Maybe I'll build a chicken coop over here. And I wanted to leave this place in front of the barn open because this could be... Hello! This could be like the animal grazing spot, so I might have to fence this in. We'll figure that out later. Oh, here comes Ninny. And Ninny just swung by to drop off a crate full of gravel for us, because we are working on collecting resources for our next project. I love this road to Pride's place. I wish that the world was loading a little better right now, but it's pretty crowded on the server right now, so I'm not surprised that it's having a hard time loading. This is just so great. Everything is so well done. Isn't this such a pleasant ride through all the fields of flowers and the trees planted beautifully along the road? I'm guessing this took a lot of work because these are all, as far as I can tell, vanilla-generated trees. They're just the tall kind. And they look so good along this road. Well, that would explain how Pride got all the tall trees. It will grow eventually, and it will not grow through this sand. Steve? Steve! You get off people's shrubs. That is rude. Rude, Steve. Were you born in a barn? Man, that skyscraper is going to be real imposing once it's finished. It just renders in the distance, sticking up above the clouds. Whew! I wonder what that's going to be. I found this in my mailbox, and it's... Apparently Simvella has been very busy. and they returned the crate, which is super sweet. I was not expecting that. I thought they were going to keep the crate, and I was okay with that. But that's very nice. I have in this crate the ingredients that we need to build our chicken coop. And I know it seems very strange, but I think it'll make more sense once I build it. I'm just gonna head over there and do this. When it's daytime. I haven't played with the frame blocks at all yet, so I figured I'd show them off a little bit. These things are super, super cool. The concept behind them is, they are a blank template, and you can use whatever solid block you want to paint on them effectively. For instance, I couldn't use, like, a stick, but I can definitely use polished black stone. I love this. I am so in love with these blocks. They are going to open a world of possibilities for us. The only downside to these is that they don't take on the sound attributes of the blocks that you color them with. So like this fence doesn't make any noise. Uh, if I were to color this with sand, it would not sound like I was walking on sand. It would sound like I was walking on wood. And that's unfortunate, but it's still going to look great. Cool thing about this is that you can make really any solid block, and these things, the slopes are still labeled work in progress in JEI, but I mean, they work just fine. They still feel like stairs, and they still kind of react like stairs when you click on them. But, like, for instance, if I click on this horizontal face, it's going to go above. If I click on the vertical face, it's going to go in front. But other than that, I mean, aesthetically, they look amazing. They look like great slopes. So we're just going to roll with it. Now, this is a chicken coop, so we're going to need some hay floor for these chickens. And we're going to need chicken nests. I don't know why they don't show up in my hand, but they look super cool. Okay, the basic shape of this thing is done. Let me get outside and get a little bit of distance. So, this is the basic shape. I went with the window blinds because not only do these make great walls and they fit in with a lot of the rest of the town, but a chicken coop is going to need a whole lot of ventilation. So if we wanted to, we could selectively open and close these. I've decided I'm going to leave them closed because I think that they just look better that way. I used a frame trapdoor here as kind of an access for us. I want this to be open for the chickens to come and go as they please, but we will need to get in here and collect eggs from this. Now, I'm not completely done here. I do still need to do this. Alright, we are effectively done with even the interior of the framing now. I'm just going to color all of these because I want these to look like a part of the non-roof structure. And I want to put nests up here. And now it will look like the chickens can get up there to roost also. Alright, now we just have to deal with the roof. And for this, I've decided to use polished dark scoria. I think that this is going to look fantastic along with the lighter color of the bottom part. And that's it. Now we just need to get the chickens in. The only thing that I'm concerned about now is that I'm going to have to remember every time I come over here not to have a block in my hand when I right-click this trapdoor, because otherwise I will color it, and I'll have to chop it and replace it to clear the color. But I love it. It's a little bit taller than I would like to do. I'd love to have it only one block off the ground, but I wanted to use these half slabs here for the floor, and I wanted the chickens to be able to wander under it. So I had to make a bit of a sacrifice, and now, honestly, if they lay a bunch of eggs down here and I want them, I can crawl under here and get them. So it's not a huge loss. Unfortunately, we can see the hay texture of the frame slabs here, but that's fine. It won't be an issue for most of the time. And we can, anytime we want, we can come up here. If they lay eggs loosely, we can come around and collect them, or we can just come over here to all of the nests. And I'm pretty sure they will actually lay eggs as, like, placed items in these nests. I am going to go get the eggs and hope that we can get at least a handful of chickens. Alright, here we go. I'm concerned about this behavior. Are you okay? Are you guys alright? I'm becoming concerned that these guys aren't gonna like the slabs. I mean, you guys can move. You just choose to dance. Okay. That's a very strange behavior. As I was planning one of our next projects in a creative world, I was seeing this behavior on the frame blocks, and I don't know if it's just slabs or... I mean, they're spinning on their nests, too. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it's just a weird mod thing that's happening. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. But I do want to see if I can get any chickens out here, too. Good, the gate's closed. What? Buddy, you have to go around. You can't actually get up on the piece of wood here. You gotta go that way. Go that way. There you go. Alright, well, we We have, what, 8 or 9 chickens? I'm gonna call that a success. I mean, we only used a little over 3 stacks of eggs, and we've got enough chickens to make this place feel lived in. Once they all grow up, we're gonna just breed a few of them so that this place is kind of lousy with chickens, and we'll let it go, and we'll see how they do with these nests. Hopefully these guys behave well with the frame blocks. That's gonna take some watching. I am a little concerned about that, but so far so good. I don't know if they're gonna go up and down this ramp to get in there. If not, we may just have to close it off. I'm not really sure. I mean, the place is mostly for aesthetics, but all of the nests are in there, so I guess we'll see. And if it doesn't work out, either we'll have to trap some chickens in there and close it off, or we're going to have to use stairs. I really hope that we don't have to do that, but it is an option that we have. Well, what do you think of our livestock? We've only got the 4 vanilla livestock animals, but I think this is looking pretty good. I think that this is a totally believable setup for a community that's not primarily driven toward farming, but is still going to need some farming and animal husbandry to survive. I still love those weather vanes. They're great. They're so good. I think this place is starting to look a little more complete, a little bit more lived in. But I promise, we are nowhere near complete. We have a lot further to go before this feels like a real town. We've got a lot of area to fill in. I want to surround this entire lake. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm going to end the episode here, buddy. I think that we have done some really cool things this episode, and I'm very excited for the next episode. I already know in my mind what that's going to be, and I have plans, and I can see a picture of the building that I want to add to the town all in my head, and I can't wait to put it on the screen for you. I'll talk to you soon, brother. I miss you.